and Tina's going to take it away on some building some relationships and the power of live video, because we're all going to everybody didn't know, but if you showed up on this call, you just committed to doing 30 days straight of live video. Just kidding. But you should. You totally should. So we're going to talk about it tonight, and I am excited to hear everything that Tina has to share. So take it away, my friend.
Awesome, guys. I know it's Sunday night and it's late, but I really appreciate you hopping on. Anytime that you show up to these things, it truly is beneficial for your business. And I know that it can seem like, well, there's so many different trainings out there, but when we gather as a team together, it is so incredibly powerful. So feel free to put any questions that you have in the chat. And if you have not watched that video that I did with Brian, I'm not going to dig into that, because you can go watch that and listen for yourself. But it was a powerful training just about the power of Facebook Live and what it can do for your business and the tipping point it's going to have for your business. I can just tell my story personally. It was between that day 80 and 90 mark that I had my tipping point, and nothing has slowed down since. And so I don't know what day your tipping point will be, but as long as you're showing up consistently, it's what's going to make the difference for you amongst all those other network marketers out there. Oftentimes we see people in network marketing, they come in and they start with a bang and then they fizzle out. One of the telltale signs of somebody who is fizzling out is they slowly stop posting, they slowly stop showing up in the chats, they slowly stop messaging you back, eventually they ignore you, and then the industry didn't work and they quit, right? When in fact, that never had anything to do with it. The truth is what you're willing to do to get to your tipping point in your business. And I can just tell you, for me personally, I didn't have any influence, guys. I had none. I didn't come to Modera with a big team. I didn't come with anybody. It was just me. I came here and I did have, this is what I had. I had 6 months of coaching prior to coming here. So for 6 months, I was being coached by Brian Fryer on how to use attraction marketing and live video to grow my business. So when I came to Modera, I was already learning those strategies. So when I put them into place, combined with what we have here at Modera, it exploded. So where will you be from six months from now is my question for you. That is what I want you to write down. What do you want your business to look like 6 months from now? How much money is it that you would like to be making on a monthly basis, right? Write that number down and then start working towards it. There's something about having your goals visually in front of you that is so powerful. I have them all around me. I have them on blue note cards right here at this other computer. I have them on blue note cards beside my bed. I have them on blue note cards inside my wallet, and I have them on a bulletin board across from me right now where I can see them, what goals I want to accomplish. And some of them are as little as, like a car I want to drive. And I'm not a fancy car person at all. I just want a Jeep. But, maybe it's a car you want to drive. Maybe it's a vacation that you want to take. I was chatting with a really good friend of mine, and we were talking about reaching goals and what we would do if we reached a goal. And we immediately thought of this trip that we want to go on, this really exclusive trip. So what does that look like for you? And write that out and reward yourself. So let's just say you put senior team leader. How are you going to reward yourself when you get there? There needs to be an incentive for you outside of the paycheck. So maybe if you go senior team leader or team leader, whatever that looks like for you, you're going to go get a mani-pedi. You're going to treat yourself to a massage. You're going to treat yourself to somebody babysitting the kids. And you are going to take your husband on a date. And you're going to pay for it, right? But you've got to write those things out. And then you got to do the work, guys. I've heard it's so interesting when you get into the network marketing world and you begin to get to know more and more people in the network marketing space, and some of the strategies that you hear people, and you're just like, did you just fall off the turnip truck? Are you okay? I just need to know if you're okay. Do I need to take you to the doctor? Because what you're saying doesn't sound right. And so here's what I'm going to tell you. Relationships are king. Relationships are king. And if you want to build more relationships, you got to talk to more people. And if you want to talk to more people, you got to network, guys. There is a great training in the unit section of the group on networking, guys. Go to those unit sections and utilize those trainings that are already there. Do one a day. Pick one a day. Take notes like you were taking notes for a final exam so you could be a doctor or a lawyer. Treat it the exact same, and it'll start to pay you like you were a doctor or you were a lawyer, right? But you got to network, and then you got to show up consistently, guys. And know this. All of us, every single one of us that started out, were not good in the beginning. We weren't good at posting. We weren't good at live video. We weren't good at networking. We weren't good at any of those things. But you get better at them the more you do them. You get better at them the more practice that you have at them. You get better at them the more that you start to teach other people to do them by giving tips on live video. Guys, I said to somebody today, when I first started doing live video, I would literally watch somebody's live video, I would take notes, and then I would go live on the same thing. And I would just pray I got it right, because I had no idea what to go live on. I was like, I don't know. They just told me to go live, so I'm going to go live, because I don't want to go back to that job ever again, right? So in the beginning, that is okay. That's completely fine. But what you'll find will happen for you, and the same is true with networking, posting, and live video. I think it's called the Jones effect, and I could be wrong. And if I am, that's fine. Just tell me. But it's like when I bought my black Ford Explorer. I'd never had a black Ford Explorer. I never paid attention and noticed black Ford Explorers on the highway before. But the minute I got mine and I was driving mine, I suddenly started to see black Ford Explorers everywhere, right? My whole point is, when you start doing those things, the more the ideas are going to come to you. Suddenly, you're going to be doing things, and you're going to figure out how you can incorporate and blend your life with your business post, blend your life with your product post, right? Just like the other morning, Saturday morning, I did a post of me holding a cup of coffee, and I did a twofer, guys. I did it about a product and the business all in one post, just me holding a cup of coffee, right? Because the ideas start to come to you the more that you do them. And I think it's so important that I say this, guys. Your upline is not a mind reader. Your upline is not a mind reader. If you need help, tell them. And if your upline isn't available or isn't getting back to you fast enough, then go to another upline. Go to a sideline, guys. I cannot tell you how many people I have reached out to in my network marketing career, which is just a little over 2 years, asking for help. Tell me what you did. Tell me how you did it. I'm like, I don't shut up. I ask so many questions all the time of the people that have the success that I want to have. And I'm not afraid to get on their nerves. And if I do, whatever, I'll find somebody else to go ask. The goal is to get me to where I want to be and to build duplication on the team. And so I just ask the question. So don't think that we know that you're struggling, right? Don't think that we just are ignoring you and we don't see you. You just have to say, hey, I'm struggling. Tell me what to do. Or, here's a really great example. It wasn't probably 2 months ago, Lindsay reached out to me and she was like, I need you to talk to me. I'm having an off day. I've gotten told no. This person quit on me. And I'm like, but I wouldn't have known she was having those thoughts if she just didn't tell me. And then literally we had a talk, we got through it. And a few months later, she's recognized as top recruiter. She's rank advancing like crazy, and she's doing so incredibly good in her business, and she's making comma paychecks, right? But she had to tell me or I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have had any idea, right? The other thing that I think is so incredibly important for you guys to wrap your heads around is getting to events. And I know you hear us say this all the time and you're like, oh, whatever. Yeah, okay. That's awesome that you can go, but I can't afford it. If you were on the Saturday call, you heard me talk about the event before I joined Modere and how far behind we were on bills, guys. And it was that one event that changed everything for me. Am I gonna tell you that if you show up in Dallas or Minnesota that you're gonna go home and 30 days later make $6,000 in a month? I don't know. But what I do know is that it is powerful to be there. What I do know is you're going to hear somebody on that stage that you're going to resonate with. What I do know is you're going to get around your people and you're going to feel that fire, feel that vibe, and it's going to change how you think. It's going to make those days when people are telling you this didn't work, you're done. Maybe it's your husband. Maybe your husband's like, well, all you do is on your phone, you ain't making any money. It's going to help you get through those days, guys. It truly, truly will. It's such an important part of what we do is getting to these events. And know this, there's enough of us going with enough rooms. We can make pallets on the floor. We can do whatever we need to do to make it possible for you to go. You just have to buy the ticket. Buy the ticket and get there. That is all you have to do. Let's see here. When is the next event? Yes, it is in September, Minnesota, and October is Dallas. I'll tell you this. Get to the one that you can get to the cheapest, whatever's cheaper for you. I'll be at both. Daphne will be at both. The majority of our teams combined will be at the Dallas event. It just seems to be a more centrally located place. So most people are going to the Dallas one. Let's see here. So let's talk about this. You know, it's not often that I'm super red personality with the team. I try to stay like Rello, which is like red and yellow together. I try to be Rello a lot. But I think it's important sometimes that my husband says it this way. It's a good thing my husband is in network marketing because he would fail bad because he doesn't know how to be Rello. He's only red. But he says sometimes we just need to be like smacked between the eyes with something. And so I think it's important to say this, and I say this with all the love in my heart, and when I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself. I just said to Erica Michelle this morning, I was telling her the areas I needed to work on, that I should be at a different place than I am right now. So know this, no one's harder on Tina than Tina is. Stop making excuses. Stop saying tomorrow. Stop saying you'll start next month. Stop saying you'll do a live video tomorrow. Don't do that to yourself. You are losing those days that it could have been the night that the person that jumped on that live video was the person that changed everything for your business, guys. You've got to be willing to stop making the excuses so that you can get to where you want to be. You know, I think Daphne would 100% agree with me. When you get to the elite level in network marketing, it has long been since about you. Right? It's no more about your paycheck. It's about helping everybody else realize their dreams and get their paycheck. And what we spend the majority of our time doing today is helping other people grow as leaders, because we don't want to be the only leaders. I want this team to have 100 elites on it. I want lives changed like no other, right? But it all boils down to not making the excuses, showing up, asking the questions, doing those trainings that are already set up for you. And then if you don't understand something, ask it in our chats. Ask somebody in the chats. Find you a running buddy, guys. Find you somebody that you can run with to that next rank. Don't be afraid to get in somebody's inbox. And it doesn't have to be somebody like you that you already know, right? Get somebody that you don't know yet. I know that Daphne and Kagan, they're on the same big team, but they're not paid on each other. They're really great friends, and they talk all the time, and they bounce ideas off of each other, and they run together in their businesses, right? And that's powerful for Daphne, and it's powerful for Kagan. That is what we all need in this business, is somebody to run with, somebody to bounce ideas off with, somebody that when we are making our excuses, that'll get in our butt and say, stop doing that to yourself. I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I was like, stop doing that to yourself. You're better than this, right? You need that friend in your life. And guys, from a girl who most of my life, all my friends were guys because I did not like girls at all because they were mean to me, to come into the network marketing space where people genuinely care about you and they care about your success, I'm blown away by how many girlfriends I have now. Like girlfriends that genuinely care about me and that aren't going to be catty to me, right? And you have that same thing too at your fingertips. You just have to get involved. That's all. Just get involved. And I'll say this. If you want to grow your influence on social media, you need to insert yourself everywhere. I did not wait to become a leader before I started making it seem like I was one. I literally showed up in network marketing pages. I showed up in groups. I was giving, before they were called Mouska Tips of the Day, I was giving tips of the day before I was a leader. I was inserting myself into people's lives like, you're going to listen to me and I'm going to force you to. And that is how you become an influencer. That is how you get your name out there and don't feel like you don't have value. You have value. Maybe your value is a struggle that you overcame. Maybe it was you didn't think network marketing was for you, but then you did this one thing. You read this one book. You watched this one live, and it changed your life. Share that with the other people. Have this abundance mentality and put yourself out there. You know, I'll say this, and then I'll stop and we'll take some questions, is Everybody thought I had lost my ever-loving mind because I did a dual live with a #1 income earner in a different health and wellness company. They literally were like, you are crazy. Why are you giving your influence away to that guy? I'm like, no, you're crazy. I'm going to get his influence. That's what I'm going to borrow his influence. I'm not losing mine. I'm going to borrow his. And here's what I'm going to tell you guys. Now, this isn't the norm, but he's no longer even doing Facebook Live videos, and I still am. Who do you think all those people that were following him are going to for value now? Right? So get outside the little bitty bubble and thinking that you can only do something with just somebody in your downline because that's the only person you make money on, guys. To become an influencer so that you can truly attract a ton of people to your life via social media, insert yourself in people's lives all over the place. And that's all I got.
I have a couple things to add before we open it up for questions, if you don't mind. Because this was straight fire. I hope that you all took all the notes because I am over here scribbling notes as we go. There were a couple things that really, really, obviously, no more excuses. I mean, we all need to hear that, right? I feel like even the best of the best of the best get caught in excuses every now and again in your mind, in your life, in your whatever, in your parenting. It doesn't matter. So I think that's really, really important for us to put. I challenge all of you to make something that says no more excuses and put it in some places that you see. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Put it on your dashboard. Put it on your refrigerator. Put it on places where you frequent often. And so it's in your face to remind yourself that you're not going to make any more excuses. And when one creeps up, you're going to see that reminder and it's going to stop right there. Okay, so I think that's something we can all do. I want to reiterate the running buddy thing. Tina mentioned Kagan and I'll tell you right now that in my low points, I can message. I have a couple of them, actually. Kagan is probably the one I talk to the most, but I can message her and say, hey, this is going on. And within 5 minutes, I'm back in the zone or I feel better. I wish I'd found her sooner because we just speak the same language, and it just happened to be I was reaching out to different people and having conversations and finding who I jived with. Don't be afraid to start those conversations. There's just so much wealth of knowledge out there and different personalities and all those things. So make sure you're doing that. And you have the value. Imagine if you reach out to somebody and you're who they're looking for. Right? Maybe you're looking for your running buddy, but they're looking for theirs too, and they don't even know it, and you're it. So that goes with inserting yourself, that goes with getting a running buddy, that goes with start networking. I mean, all of those things can kind of be combined into one thing. And then when Tina was talking about, she didn't know that she needed all of these relationships, and she didn't know, how many girlfriends she'd have that have her back. I mean, it put a smile on my face because I'm one of those girlfriends. I will always have Tina's back to the day I die. But imagine how many people you have in your life that need that. You guys, so many of you come to me, come to Tina, come to Lindsay, come to whomever about recruiting, when really if you just scaled back and didn't make it so much about, come on, hey, let's work this business together, and said, hey, come on, you need some positive influence in your life. You need some positive involvement with an incredible group of men and women. Here it is. Here it is. Use this as one of your recruiting tools. There are so many people that just want to be part of something. My mom signed up in this business. I don't know if she's still on. I think she was on. But she signed up in this business, and I really feel like it is so good for her, even though she's not doing a ton with the business herself, but it's so good for her to be surrounded by this every day because she's not an outgoing person. She doesn't have a lot of positive influence coming at her, and we're that for her. I loved when you said insert yourself everywhere because I feel like none of us do a good enough job at that. I feel like we could always be better at that. So really, 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 really take that piece of notes. And then another thing I wanted to make mention of, we're on a call today, and I've been thinking about it all day, you guys, and everybody's like, this goes in line with the excuses, and I used to do, you guys, I will throw myself on the sword right now. I'll be completely vulnerable with you. I used to do live videos every single day, and I fizzled. Okay. I stopped doing them as regularly as I should. I let that go. Why? I don't know. I probably made one too many excuses, right? But the more that you do something, don't wait. Tonight, do a live video. And even if it sucks, tomorrow it's not going to suck as much. And the next day it's not going to suck as much. And the next day. So the more you do something, whether it's live video, networking, whatever it is, the more your confidence will grow. So don't wait to start building your confidence or say, I mean, I'll start doing it when I feel better about myself. You have to start now. Okay. So you weren't good at live video yet, right? So we're going to start now. The more you do something, the more your confidence will grow and you will feel really good. So I had this crazy idea, and it doesn't line up with anything that we have talked about. I didn't even mention this to Tina, but when I got on and I said everybody that jumped on here, like, agreed to a 30-day to do live video for the next 30 days. But what if Elite Legacy, Elite Nation, like our team, did a 30-day live challenge with some prizes? Yeah? Nay? Like, I mean, I think it could be fun to see some people come out of their shell and actually try this. But here's the stipulation. Like, I'm gonna talk to Tina and a couple other leaders, and I think we're gonna put something in place, and we're gonna, a minimum amount of people have to commit to doing it for it to start. Like, I don't think 10 of us should do it. I think we should have like 100 of us doing live videos. So think about that. I'm going to talk to the leaders, some leaders. You guys are all leaders, but I'm going to talk to a handful of us and see coming up with something like that, because I think that would be really good for all of us. I think every one of us, especially ending a month, like, imagine what we can do. You guys Tina's team did 41,006 days. We have 16 days left if we all started live video immediately. So that is something that we'll be coming out with here shortly. I think it sounds fun. Even, I mean, we can just have some fun with it. So I'm sorry that I just rambled on and on and on. Does anybody have any questions? Because you guys can unmute yourself. Tina, you have anything you want to add? Anybody else? Here we go.
Yeah, Melissa said that she struggled with to know what to go live about. Inside of Elite Nation, in the file section, there's 90 days of Facebook Live topics to help get your memory going. So if you are on here and you have not checked out the file section in the units and all the training inside that group, you're missing out. It's packed full. And here's what I'll tell you guys. When I first joined, I wasn't immediately under Daphne, and so we weren't connected at all. It was basically, I joined and I said, what do I need to do? They said, you ATM, and that was it. And I just started doing the thing, right? And so what then later happened, I ended up being placed under Daphne, come up with a system that we could tag people in, plug people into, where there are trainings where you didn't have to go out there and figure it out all by yourself. So understand how powerful it is that you have it and don't have to figure it out. Like, all you have to do is go inside of a group from your phone, look at the file section, look at the unit section, and all of the training you could ever need to absolutely crush it in your business is already there for you. It is power packed, guys, power packed. And any time that anything new comes up, we do a training on it so that you have it, right? So super, super, super powerful. And there was something else I was going to say and I forgot. So that's all I got. Taking back and forth with Anna helps me come up with topics, and journaling when I feel stuck helps me come up with ideas. That's great. Yeah, I'll tell you this. I'm reading this book right now. I was doing a Zoom this morning, and I was talking about how I've gotten a ton of live content from this book.
Yeah.
If you don't have this book is powerful.
I also want to say, like, for me, and obviously I'm not in my home at this moment, but I do a lot of running on my treadmill at home. And in the morning, I put personal development on my computer. You guys, YouTube is a valuable source. And if you're anything like me, where you need to be able to see something and hear something in order to really focus, if there's anything going on around you, YouTube is so good. Because, like, if you go to that list of 90 topics and you pick a topic, say today I want to talk about, I don't know, getting unstuck, whatever it is, making no excuses. However, that's like perfect thing for tonight. If that's what you want to do self-development on, and getting over your excuses, you can search getting over excuses on YouTube and find a bajillion videos about it, and you can watch them. Just like Tina said she would watch somebody else's live video, I watch a lot of YouTube while I'm on the treadmill, and then I'll go back and I'll regurgitate that. Just like Tina said about watching lives, I do the same thing with YouTube. So it's not all, and usually if it's like a TED Talk, I'll say from this TED Talk by, and I'll give them credit, you guys. It doesn't have to be your content. You can give people credit. That doesn't take credibility away from you, because it might be your charisma and your character and your energy that what people interest them anyway, and they like the way you say it. So you don't have to be a you know, like super creative or, you know, have all the ideas in the world, because there's a lot of things out there you can use. And I think it's also important to, Tina and I were talking about this today, that like she takes like, and we're just going to use the number 21, but like 21 days. And at the beginning, at the, you know, the next set of 21 days, she kind of regurgitates her lives too. People don't watch the same lives, and she says different things. You know, she can pull out her bullet points from a live she did 3 weeks ago, make it a different title, give the same information, and you know, she doesn't have the script, but she says what she wants to say about it then and there. It's a totally different live. And so you don't have to have 365 different topics you talk about. You can kind of recycle.
Yeah, absolutely. I do that a ton. I mean, because there's only so many things you can talk about in the network marketing space, right? Networking, recruiting, live video, gathering customers. So I just use different titles and different spins on those things, right? So you don't feel like you have to constantly come up with new content. But here's what I want to say too. And I should have said this earlier and I didn't, and I apologize. And I hate that somebody jumped off because they're going to miss the good part. Is this: posting and going live are doing nothing for you if you're not doing anything after the fact.
Yes.
That is where the real work begins. You have got to be messaging those likes, messaging those people that comment, building that relationship with those people. And it's going to be a lot of work for you. I'm not going to tell you that it's not. It's going to be a ton of work for you on the front end. But what's going to start to happen is it's going to continue to grow upon itself and grow your influence. And before you know it, you're not having to try as hard to get bigger results. Not even close to as hard. And I say this a lot in my trainings now. People go where they're appreciated. So if your viewers feel appreciated by you because you're paying them attention and loving on them and reciprocating, right, going to their profile and loving on their stuff, then they're going to keep showing up for you. It's amazing how that works.
I love that.
That's truly a ninja tip, guys. People go where they're appreciated. In a noisy social media world, you could be the person that appreciates that person, and they'll continue to build that relationship with you.
I love that. I love that so much. Sarah asked if you need to do them all business, and obviously Erica Michelle answered it spot on. I like to mix it up. I know Tina does like some Disney trivia ones. I mean, you're gonna have to know.
I know it's doing it again.
That's why I was like getting on here, because I fixed it. Please hold. I'm fixing. You guys can still talk while I'm fixing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can continue and answer questions while I fix this.
Here's the thing that I'll tell you in the beginning. Go live on what you're comfortable with. That's it. That's the easiest answer. Go live on what you're comfortable with. And also, if you want to learn better, teach. So if you'd like to get better in recruiting, study something on recruiting and then go live about it and teach it to others, and you're going to retain that information and get better at it yourself. It's okay, Daphne. Don't stress it. We can wrap this up in 9 minutes.
I know we can, but I mean, we can still answer questions as I'm doing this. I can see you guys in my corner. I'm trying to fix it, I guess. I don't understand why it's doing it.
I don't know, because you have a pain.
Yeah.
Any questions from you guys? Okay, here's my challenge for you guys. So we made a post, and here, so the people that are on here now, and there's a couple that I can't see your name. So if you're listening in, make sure that you type your name over in the comment section so I know who it is. You guys are going to be like the ambassadors. Okay, you guys are going to be the Modere ambassadors. And this group of people that is on this Zoom right now, we made a post about getting 1,000 people. 1,000 people, right, before the end of the month. So this group of ambassadors, y'all are going to be the cheerleaders. We're all going to be the cheerleaders. We're going to be pumping up the chats. We're going to get people excited. We're going to get people getting those sales and putting them on that post and getting that number all the way down to 0 before the end of the month, okay? This is your opportunity to shine. This is your opportunity to step up and be that leader. This is your opportunity to help inspire somebody else into action. Right? Don't feel like that you add no value because of your rank. Your rank does not make you a leader. I promise you, you will be a leader long before your rank will ever match that title. I promise you that if you're doing what you need to do to actually become a leader. So step up in those chats, get those people pumped up, get them excited about getting that number all the way down to 0. Watch what it does for you. It's going to do a few things. It's going to build your confidence in being a leader. It's going to build your confidence in building your own team, because then you're going to feel confident in leading them to do things that produce income, right? And you're going to make more friends. And that is the beauty of this business. You're going to find somebody that you click with, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like my life is so different now that I have Anna in my life. Like, I can't even imagine now my life without Anna, right? So if you agree, then put cheer in the comments. If you're going to be a cheerleader for us for the rest of the month and just grow your own influence, let's hear it.
Look at them all. Yay!
And I'll get you. Hey, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some pom poms, and I'm going to bring them to the event.
Oh dear.
Oh man, because I need one more thing to pack. This will be so fun. And here's the thing, guys. They won't know where it came from. How fun is that? They'll be like, what the heck's going on? Why are these girls so darn excited all of a sudden? Okay, anything else before we jump? Any question? There is no such thing as a stupid question, so please don't think it is. Ask anything. Anything? Okay.
Awesome. Well, Tina, I appreciate you for bringing all that goodness tonight. I feel like those are all, like, I know that I needed to soak up every bit of you tonight. So I appreciate everything that you had. I appreciate all of you for showing up like the leaders that you are. Like, that's where it's at. These next, I don't even know what number to put on them, how many days, because I feel like we are just consistently building momentum, and the bigger the snowball gets, the faster it rolls. So I'm just excited about what's to come for all of us. And I appreciate each and every one of you so much. I couldn't, like, words can't even cut it. I get a little bit choked when I start talking about it. So thank you guys for all that you're doing. Let's go to work. Watch for some more fun. I'll talk to you guys all soon. I'll get this recording up for you guys ASAP.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.